in general, we can see that the power that our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was granted, the control that he was granted. And to the extent that it is a belief of the Ahlul Sunnah that the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has been given authority in every way, for example, in terms of Sharia.
Subhanallah.
Something which is impermissible for everybody. If he wants, he can make it permissible for one particular person or for whomsoever he wants.
So something which is not permissible, he can make it permissible.
So something which is general for everybody, that everybody must do this.
Allah.
But then he can pick a person, so he can tell him, you know what, you're an exception, you don't have to do this. And likewise, in terms of the world, for example, the sun, the moon, the sky, like I just mentioned, all of these, even though they're not part of, in terms of any Sharia rulings, but even over those, the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has authority. So he has authority in terms of the religious rulings, and along with that, anything else, to the extent that if he wishes, he can even resurrect the dead. So, all of these are authorities and powers. This is the power that our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has given. For example, let me just give you one example of where a Sharia ruling. What are the sort of, if somebody breaks his fast, he was keeping a fast of Ramadan, but he's purposefully broken it. So what are the sort of, what does he do?
Free a slave, otherwise
either free a slave,
fast for 60 days, or he must feed 60 people.
He must fast for 60 days consecutively. If there's a break, then he has to restart. Or he must feed 60 masakin, so 60 people, he must feed them. I would say poor people that are in terms of Sharia, the ruling of, the definition of Sharia. These are the only three things, Have you read any other?
No other option, one second.
No other option. The scholars, they say there is no other option. So these are the only three options. But in the court of the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, an Arabi, a Bedouin, a villager you could say, he comes and he says, Ya Rasulullah, that I was in the state of fasting and I went close to my wife, and now this action was not allowed during the state of fasting. I did whatever I did, and this was not allowed. So the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave him those three choices. Are you able to free a slave? He says, no, Ya Rasulullah. What about, can you fast for a consecutive 60 days? I could not even complete one. How am I going to complete 60 days in a row? Yeah. So then the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says to him that, can you feed 60 poor people? And he says, no. So the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam instructs him to wait. And after a while, the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is there are some dates that are brought to the court, in the court of the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says to him that, take these and distribute these, give these to the poor people in Medina. And he said that, Ya Rasulullah, there is no one more needy than I am in Medina. And the narration states that the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he started to smile until his blessed teeth became apparent. So there are different ways of smiling of our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam which I described. Sometimes he would smile, and then sometimes he would smile so much that his blessed teeth would become apparent. So he smiled so much, and he says that, go, take these and feed them to your family, and that is you have paid back. Your kafara is done. Your recompense, expiation that you were meant to give is done. So this, and this is in the glorious Quran. This order and this kafara, this expiation, this method of expiation, and these options, they're mentioned in the Quran. But there is nothing mentioned in the Quran that, take the days and give them to your own family, and you've done what you were meant to do. So this was the authority that our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had on the spot. On the spot, he told him, you do that, and you've done what you needed to do.
Now I think you understand very easily the couplet of Ala Hazrat. Bakhuda Khuda.
Allahu Akbar.
नहीं और कोई मफर मकर जो वहां से हो यहीं आके हो जो यहाँ नहीं वो वहां नहीं. Look at whatever Rasulullah said, it is Sharia. In the terminology of Shariat, one beautiful word is used. That Nabi Pak Islam is the Shari. Rasulullah is actually, he have authority that whatever he say, it is Shariat. And whatever he want to remove, he have authority. Like the expiation which Rasulullah mashallah said, and it's done. Mashallah. Bakhuda Khuda ka yahi hai.
Bakhuda Khuda ka yahi hai dar, nahi aur koi mafar makar. Bakhuda Khuda ka yahi hai dar, nahi aur koi mafar makar. Jo wahan se ho yahi आगे हो, जो वहाँ से हो यही आगे हो, जो वहाँ से हो आगे हो, जो यहाँ नहीं तो वहाँ नहीं। सल्लु अलैहि व आलिही, सल्लु अलैहि व आलिही।
खुदा का यही है दर, that by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this court of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nahi aur koi mafar maqar, there is no other place of contentment or solace. Jo wahan se ho yahi aake ho. Whosoever wishes to go there must go here through the court of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala wasallam. He who is not here can never be there.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.